What's going on? It's Kino Beats with TmrO, and I'm gonna do a beat deconstruct on Peewee Longways THEYONO.
They don't even know how I'm coming today. They don't even know if I'm fucking on bait. They don't even know if they fuck with it. We was gonna spin back to back and no ducking, okay?
So basically, the way this record came about, we were probably about 75, 80% into the project. Longway said, man, you make your beats so serious, bro. Stop making all these serious beats, bro. I'm like, wow, all right. He like, there's so much going on, man. We gotta get some fun music, man. Like, don't put all them sounds in there. Sometimes you gotta take your own advice. Like I always tell people less is more, but sometimes I get complicated myself. So I go through and show like how we really compose this record with probably like 2 or 3 sounds and, you know, variations with the bass. Basically, we started with a piano omnisphere, just a little piano line, just something for the clubs. And then when we went into the next part, we just changed the notes up a bit. And on the mixing channel for this, we use TmrO. TmrO is really cool to just give the piano like a different sound. I use RC20 just to give the piano a little bit of grit, and then I just rolled off the bottoms on the EQ. So while that's going on, I had a secondary piano line that I laid behind it, and I like to render my sounds so that I'm able to have full control over them after I get done coming up with the melody for it. And I faded it in just to, you know, give it like a little surprise element. And then while that's going on, I use like a little bouncy bass line because the man said he wanted some fun music. And I said, all right, what more fun than a bouncy bass line? And it's also why I say sometimes less is more, because I like the way this sounded, so I didn't put anything on it. I kept it as it was naturally. When it starts building up, I threw a 2-step hi-hat, a snare, followed by a secondary snare. So when it drops in, you have So then now when we come over to the B section, I add a completely separate bounce to it where I transition from the first bass line into an 808. And along with that 808, I added some rolls to the hi-hat, some open hats, and just gave it more of a vibe. So when it transitions from the first part, if I was to break that down, it's like 808, hi-hat pattern, but this one just, instead of a simple 2-step, it just has more transitions to it. Second hi-hat pattern, and while that's going on, we're using the same snare from the beginning. Even when we come here, this is the same piano lick from the beginning. But we take that piano and we raise the octave. I raised the octave up completely. After I raised the octave, I ran halftime on it. So for the second part of it, it does this. Just a simple bouncy beat that ended up being one of my favorite records on the project. That's my breakdown. Shout out to the TmrO and Kino Beats, man, signing out.